So feeling joy, what makes me feel joy, where and how can I feel and experience joy in my practice today? Good. That feels joyful for me, just ringing that bell and hearing it ring out. Let's move this. We're going to start standing. Sorry, I didn't warn you about that. Sometimes you get a bit comfortable sitting down, but we're going to start standing. Why not? We're talking about energy, so we're going to just engage with that energy wherever it is, whether it's high or low. Feet on the ground, check out your feet, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down. Maybe we'll have a little bounce actually, just to feel that connection with the earth. Knees are nice and soft, and let the heels just bounce. It's a nice, soft, easy kind of start. Let the arms be floppy, so I'm not doing anything with my arms, they're just moving. Just let the heels bounce, but if you have the knees nice and soft, you're not going to give yourself too much of a shock. We're just kicking up a bit of energy from the earth. So taking some, or not taking, we're just absorbing and welcoming in that energy of the earth there. And then lift the shoulders up, breathe in, hold the breath in for a second, then out through the mouth, release. Keep the knees nice and soft there still, breathing in. Hold for a second, then out through the mouth. Drop the shoulders, let them just completely drop. And again, breathing in. Hold for a second, then out through the mouth. Let's try that one more time, just an extra one for luck. Breathing in. Hold for an extra second, then out through the mouth. Just notice there's a bit more drop in the shoulders there. We're going to roll the shoulders back just to see what our range of movement is. Notice when I'm doing this, I'm just letting the knees bend with that as well. And as I lift my shoulders, just my shoulders, the arms are floppy. And then I start to let the elbows join in. Yeah, I'm breathing with that, breathing in as I lift up the elbows and the arms are coming up with that. Breathing in as you lift up, breathing out as the arms come back behind you, making that lovely big open movement, like you're opening your body. Breathing in and out, take those fingers right back, open the heart, open the chest, open to the joy, the potential of that. Yeah, breathing in one more time. And out. We're keeping the breath in and out through nostrils at the moment. Let the arms swing a little bit. See how the shoulders feel now after they've been motivated. Knees are bending. And then we'll go forwards with the shoulder. Did we go forwards? Yes, we're going back forwards now. Oh dear. Forwards with the shoulders. And again, knees are bending. They're joining in that movement, but the arms are just hanging there. You're doing the movement with the shoulders, and then we're just lifting the elbows slightly. Yeah, and just notice how just rolling these shoulders is just warming them, releasing tension. And when we release tension in the shoulders, often that kind of goes into the neck and in the back. It kind of just goes into base of the skull, breathing in. So we're now diving into our practice, taking the arms forwards, making them open, breathing in and out through the nostrils, bending the knees. Everything is waking up. Okay, we're just going to take the right hand onto the left shoulder. Just going to do these energy sweeps from the left shoulder down to the right hip. So diagonal across the body and just sweep off the end. And again, 2. Make that really definite. 3. We'll do 1 for luck. Lots of extra for lucks today. And left hand on the right shoulder, sweeping from the right shoulder to the left. You might feel a little bit of a little energetic surge there. I certainly do. I think that's 3, so we'll do 1 more. It doesn't matter if it's 1 more, even than 1 more for luck. And we're going to just take the feet a little bit further apart, maybe as wide as the shoulders or even wider, maybe as wide as your mat actually is a good distance. Knees are bent, so rather than soft, they're really quite bent, and just spring a little bit so you get ready to be more loose. And then we're just going to come into these Tai Chi twists. So you're not bending the spine staying upwards, a bit of integrity here in the abdominals, but the rest of the body is really loose, the arms, and you keep the knees nice and springy, and you can even swing right behind you. So if you're swinging right behind you, you're probably going to lift the heel and come up onto the toe, the foot, bend into this. As your body faces forward, bend into the knees. Let the arms really be heavy. So the back of the hands smack into the lower back. And we get that little bit of a energetic boost into the lower back there. And we let the arms slowly come to a stop. And we'll just explore that. So when you're doing this swinging with the arms, if you let your arms be nice and heavy, they should smack into this part. But if they didn't, or if you just want an extra bit anyway, It's all about extras today, extra joy, extra energy. We're just placing the back of the hands, pummeling the lower back. Actually, you can explore that whole area, what areas you feel need it most. So waking up the energy, the prana, the chi, whatever you want to call that, the subtle energy of the body, really. And then we're taking those knuckles and encouraging it to rise and expand up through that spine, up through the nervous system, up through the energetic system. And breathe with that, let it expand, feel it. Oh, it feels good. Just take the wrists in circles. And you feel that energy coming into the arms now a little bit. Yeah, and the other way with the wrists, but also the whole arm can get involved. So we're getting these lovely spirals, and it's kind of much more fluid. Out to the sides, exploring your space, looking around, seeing the lovely things in your space. The evening light. Shake the hands off. And now a release. We're kind of getting the energy G'd up, but there might be some little bits in the corners that are kind of need to be swept out. So feet, hips width apart, parallel. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Stretch up to the ceiling and then out through the mouth on one. This is the half breath, so breathing in. Stretch up and then out through the mouth, bending the knees, let the arms swing heavy. So the arms are nice and loose, shoulders are loose already. Breathing in, stretch up, your full extent, and then you're trying to get everything out on that Let's do one more, but make it into a if you can. Breathing in. And as we're doing extras, we'll do one more of those. One for luck. Breathing in. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's put a smile on your face. And let's just come into, again, thinking about this energy, waking up the energy. We're going to wake up the energy of the heart and the chest area, particularly when it starts getting colder and we start protecting ourselves and hunching our shoulders forward. We're going to open up that chest, open up the heart, come right into the heart center, into the sternum, giving that tapping with the fingers there. You can always do soft fists if you prefer, but the fingers are really good and direct around the sides. And onto the upper ribs there, sides there, very powerful little area there for waking up the energy. Breathing all the time, in and out. Interlink the fingers in front of the body. Still encourage this chest area. I could certainly feel like I need a bit more opening there. So interlink the fingers in front of the body, breathe in, keep the knees soft, and as you breathe out, just take the hands forward, drop the head down, and expand between the shoulder blades, taking the arms forward, but taking the chest back. So we're kind of depressing that chest and opening the upper back. Let the head drop, knees are bent. You can look at your toes there on the ground, give them a little wiggle, keep your interest. That gives you a bit of joy, watching the toes have a little dance there. Breathe into that space in the center of the chest, breathing out, taking the hands forward and pulling the center of the back away from the hands. One more breath in. Through the nostrils and breathing out through the nostrils, release the hands. See how that feels? Maybe give the arms a little bit of a wriggle. Now take the fingers behind the back. Again, knees bent. Breathing in to the chest. Going to open the chest the other way and the front of the shoulders. Often very tight, the fronts of the shoulders. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, taking the chest forwards and the arms back. So the hands again are coming away from the center of the back. And the chest is not just going forwards, it's going upwards. So you get to lengthen the waist, front of the belly. But you can keep your neck nice and long. So we don't need to fling your head back. So we're not really getting involved there. So really focusing on this chest and taking the shoulders back. And to make that more pronounced, just start to lift the hands behind you. Breathing in. And breathing out, release the arms. Okay. Let's get the legs a bit more mobilized by bringing the heel to the backside quite quickly. Fast as you can. Fast as your legs will move. Switching the weight from foot to foot. And then lifting the knees up high, as if your knee wants to come to your chest, again, quite quickly. Keep the chest lifted, keep and open, keep the shoulders back, keep the neck really long, abdominals are working in relationship with the lower back, so it's holding you here in the center. And out to the sides, let's open up the sides of those hips. That always feels good to me, it always feels like, oh, that needed doing. Breathing all the time, Noticing your breath, supporting you, breathing in and out through the nostrils. Okay. We'll just finish with a bit of breathing and sound to take us into our standing practice. Postures. So check your feet again, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down, soften the knees. We'll start with the hands at the heart center. We're going to chant the mantra Om with this movement. So we drop the hands down, breathing out, breathing in, and then I've started wrong. Breathing in, going up. I'm going the wrong way around. Breathing in, going up, taking the hands to the ceiling, and then turn the hands and the hands come together on the come to the heart. Okay, breathing in, reaching up. Hands coming down to the sides. When the hands meet, it comes into the closed mouth part of the Om. Bring the hands to the heart, touching the thumbs to the heart there. So now we've got that, hopefully. We'll do a couple more. Breathing in. One more. Okay. Yes, good vibration to begin. Stand at the front of your mats now. We're going to come into some standing postures. Again, set the feet, take your attention into your body, into the ground. Feet hips width apart, parallel. I'm going to put the weight into the left foot. We're going to step back for Trikonasana, for triangle with the right. So you've got these right angles with the feet. Left foot pointing forward, right foot at a right angle. And also square the hips to each other and the long edge of the mat in front of you. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, open the hands. Smile even. And breathing out, reaching over to your left and down. Making contact with that leg, wherever that might be, wherever you can feel that you are still keeping the integrity of the posture. What I mean by that, if your right shoulder's hanging forwards, we're not keeping the integrity of the posture. Best to be further up here, but keeping that shoulder on top of the body rather than leaning forwards. So wherever you feel is manageable for you, keeping that right hip back, looking up at the fingers there, or beyond the fingers up to the ceiling if your neck allows you, and making sure your neck isn't lolling. It's coming directly out of the spine. Soften the knees, check those knees aren't locking up, and feel the ground with your toes. Feel the right side getting really long. Keep breathing deeply into the body. Breathe, feel your breath. Enjoy the experience of your breath and your body. Use the inhale now to come up. You can bend into that left knee if you want to soften that. And lower the arms on the exhale. Bend into the right knee and spring yourself back to the front of the mat. We're going to change sides. Put the weight onto the right foot. Step back with the left. Right angles with the feet. Square the hips. Breathe in, lift the arms to the ceilings. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, open the hands wide. Breathing out, reach over to your right as far as you can, then down. Make contact with that leg. Soften the knees. If they start to lock up, it's very easy for that to happen. Then reaching up with the fingers. Keeping that left hip in a good position. Use the left buttock to keep it secure there so that you can lift the body out from those hips, lengthening the left waist. Keep the left shoulder away from the left ear, nice long neck, and turn your head to look up at the left fingers above you. Lengthen the legs without locking the knees. Feel the ground with the feet. If you lock the knees, you will not feel the ground properly with your feet. You kind of lock them out of sensation. Use the inhale to come up. You can bend into that right knee to soften that if you want. And breathing out, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Give the legs a little shake just to reset and restart. We're going to come directly into another standing posture Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Put the weight onto the left foot. A bigger step now, back with the right. Big step. And again, a slightly different position with the back foot. Toes slightly pointing forward. Square the hips though. Don't let them come out of line. Square to themselves and the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms, lift the chest, lengthen through the body, and breathing out. Keep that length, but bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand between the fingertips. Breathing out, look down the left arm. Now as your left knee bends in the same direction as your toes, you're going to push back into that right heel. Strong back leg, anchoring leg. And you can really sink down centrally, making sure that you're not leaning forwards, bringing yourself out of balance, but almost pulling back slightly with that right hand, if anything. Even weight between the feet, almost as if the feet are pressing into the ground, extending away from the center, arms extending away from the center, top of the head, crown of the head, extending away from the center. Just feel this open, expansive, receptive. This posture is about readiness, readiness to act, and steadiness, being steady and strong, stable. Breathe. Sink a little deeper if you can. Soften the feet. No gripping with the toes. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms on the exhale. Yeah. Bend into the right knee in a bit of a bigger bend because it's a bigger step. And spring yourself back to the front of the mat. Look at your toes. Shift the weight onto the right foot. Big step back with the left. Big step. Don't forget the position of the toes, pointing slightly forwards. Front of the mat. Square the hips. Breathing in, lift the arms up out of the hips, lengthen the body. Keep that length as you bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the whole chest between the fingertips. As you breathe out, bending into that right knee. As the right knee goes forward, you're pushing back into that left heel. The back foot is pushing into the earth. And we're opening the hips. We're lifting the chest up away from the center. Strong back, strong belly. Pointing the tailbone down to the ground. Shoulders down, so you have a lovely long neck. Looking down, the right arm beyond the fingertips into infinity. Breathe. Sink down a little deeper on the out breath. Strong thigh, making sure the knee is going in line with the toes. If it's not, then shift the position of the knee to go in line with the toes. Don't force and twist the knee. That's not healthy for your knee. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down slowly. Bend a lot into the left knee to spring yourself back to the front of the mat. Good. Okay, let's take a moment here to come into a wide leg ragdoll. So not too wide. You want to be comfortable here. We're going to come into a ragdoll. So the knees are going to be bent first of all, so it starts to already be relaxed. And then we're just going to melt down into this. So I just let my arms and hands rest on the thighs and then start to feel the weight of the head, the chin's coming to the chest. And I'm just melting down. Feeling the weight of the head pulling me down. The crown is coming towards the ground. Make sure the knees are bent. So your legs are taking all the effort and the upper body is hanging. Breathe in through the nostrils and we get to sigh out through the mouth now. Good. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Release the neck. Feel the weight of the head on the end of that neck is just creating beautiful space in the neck. Let the arms and shoulders fall forward. Knees are still bent. Strong legs. Maybe we'll have a little walk around. So come up onto your fingertips. Look forwards with your eyes. And then we're just going to walk the fingers around to the right. Take a little walk around as far around as you can go. That's up to you. Where is your edge? Where is your edge of your comfort zone? We'll have a little look there. Keep breathing. Having a little explore around our area, walking the fingers back to the center. Maybe taking another moment in the center, breathing in, look forward, straighten the back, as if the chest wants to come forwards. And then we can look back down at the ground and walk around with the fingers slowly as you want to. So we're exploring, we're not rushing into anything, we're finding that edge, walking right around the foot without going into pain, without forcing or pushing. And then we're going to walk back slowly, edging our way back to the center. See how that feels. Take another little moment where we're going to come onto the fingertips, lift up, look forwards with the eyes, lengthen the spine, and then breathing out. Let's see if we can forward bend now. Maybe flatten the hands to the ground, maybe even bring the head towards the ground. If you're wide enough with the legs, which you don't need to be, then you maybe even get your head close to the ground or even touching the ground. But bend the knees if you need to, don't be uncomfortable. Just straighten them up a little bit now. But now we're going to bend them and soften them, let the arms hang again. If you need to creep the feet close together, you can. Let the arms hang. And we're going to lift from the base of the spine. So the same as you usually do with the ragdoll, but just with a wide leg. We leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy, keep the knees bent, and slowly uncurl, traveling up through the spine, slowly come up to standing, slowly uncurling and coming to standing. Feeling that good strength in the legs. Bring the soles of the feet, start the feet together. Give the legs a little shake. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. So some more hip opening, more standing postures. Let's come into another warrior, peaceful warrior this time. Feet at the front of the mat, hips width apart, parallel with the feet. Weight into the left foot, big step back with the right. Nice big warrior step. Again, checking the feet, so the foot is slightly pointing towards the front there. Square the hips. Breathe in, lift the chest, lift the arms, lengthen. Keep the length as you breathe out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, fingertip to fingertip, engaging the arms. Breathe out, bending into the left knee. So we're just doing what we just did, the same, into warrior 2 to begin. Then breathe in to the chest, and as you breathe out, reaching back with the right hand, and as the right arm comes down to meet that strong back leg, the left arm magically goes up into the air, and you start to turn the arm so the palm is facing backwards to the back of the mat and reaching over the body. What often happens is that front leg starts straightening out, but try and keep that bend. In fact, just acknowledge that and just bend it a bit deeper into that front knee, and also check that it's not collapsing inwards and twisting. Want to keep that openness in the hip. Look up at the ceiling on the inside of this left arm if you can, just to keep it over the body. Strong back leg, make it even stronger, more of an anchor there. Breathe deeply. Now we're going to use the inhale to come back to warrior 2, and breathing out, releasing down. Use the inhale to come back up. Lower the arms down on the out breath. Just take a moment here. We're going to come directly into the side flank stretch now. So it's quite strong, but I thought it would be quite nice to move into this directly afterwards. Then we'll do the other side. So breathing in, extend the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the chest once more. So we're going into warrior 2 to begin, bending into that left knee, pushing back onto that right foot. So now all we do is just take that left forearm down to the front thigh, or if you prefer, and if you're used to it, you can take that hand down to the ground, but it's not necessary. Most important is you keep that chest open, right shoulder on top of the body. Now with this right hand, they hang in front of you, and now we're going to make an arc going forwards with the fingertips reaching up into a lovely long line from the fingertip here to the back foot. So, and again, you can look up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm, go down here, same kind of thing. We're making this lovely long line. I mean, the useful thing about here is you have the ground to support you, and you can also push against the leg so it doesn't collapse inwards. So we're not going to stay here too long because it's quite a strong one, but we're making this lovely long diagonal. So now to come out of this, we need to bend into that knee a bit more, sweep the arm down, breathing in, lift your arms up, exhaling, lower the arms down. Yeah. Bend into the right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Just notice the difference between the sides of the body. Give the legs a little bit of a shake in between. So we're going to go strong on the other side now. Put the weight into the right foot. Big step back with the left. Get that nice wide warrior stance. And even before we move into the posture, think about the evenness between the feet, even weight. Just give the hips a little bit of a jiggle side to side, and then keep them nice and steady in the center and aligned with the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, breathing out, bringing the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the chest. Keep that brightness in the chest. And breathing out, coming into warrior. So we're bending into that right knee. As the right knee goes forward, the same emphasis, we're pushing back into that back foot and the back heel. Strong back leg there. We need this to rest down on in peaceful warrior. Breathe in to the chest. Breathing out, reaching back with that left hand and down. You can lean quite strongly onto that back leg if you've anchored it down. Reaching up with the right, turn the hand and reach over the body, looking up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm, and check that right knee hasn't started to straighten out. It's a very different kind of a position. It's not wrong, it's just not what we're doing right now. Okay, making sure the knee also hasn't collapsed inwards, keeping it open. So if you've got like a little hand pressing the inside of that knee. Breathe deeply. Strengthen the left buttock to keep that left leg strong. Breathe. Now use the inhale to come back to the warrior. And breathing out, sink into it a little deeper for one breath. Use the inhale to straighten up the legs and lower the arms down. We'll have a little moment before we come into the side flank stretch. Okay, just check your feet. Get the hips level. And we're coming into this now. Breathing in, reaching the arms up. Lift the chest, lengthen the front of the body. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in here. And as you breathe out, we're coming into warrior again. Putting some weight into that back foot. It's really essential. So you're going to lower that right arm down to not pressing down, just resting on the thigh, or down to the ground if you prefer, on the inside of the leg. Let the arm just swing a little bit. And then you're going to just take it in an arc in front of you, reaching forwards and then over the body. So you've got this lovely long diagonal line from the fingertip of the left hand to the left foot. So we're stretching the left foot away from the left hand. Look up on the inside of that arm if that feels okay for you. Breathe. Breathe deeply. It's a strong posture, very powerful. Get a lovely stretch. And it's good for the spine, the back. So we're going to come out now, bending into that right knee. And then we're just going to breathe in, sweep the arms up. Breathing out, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Give the legs a shake. So two strong postures linked together. So we're going to ease out now. Give ourselves a moment to repose by coming into a squat. So you're going to get the feet a good distance apart and the feet pointing out at angles. But you can adjust the angle of the foot to suit your hips. It's important that the knee and the toes are in the same direction. There isn't a set direction or a set angle. We're not copying a picture in the book. You're finding your yoga for your body. And we'll just take the hands to the ground in front of us and just let the head hang forwards. Back of the neck relaxed. Breathing into the back. Sigh out for the mouth, just release. Try to get the body between the knees there if you can, or working towards that. Just allows the hips to open and release, because the hips were working quite hard in those postures just now. Breathing in deeply through the nostrils. When we sigh out for the mouth nice and long, it helps and encourages the breath to release. And to return to an equilibrium. So walk the hands back up. Bring the hands to the center on the ground. Just land that left hand down, and on the inhale, the right fingertips are going to be lifted up to the skies, to the ceiling, and you're going to watch it with your eyes. Lovely long line, reaching up. And now we're going to rotate and go higher and higher as we rotate that right wrist, clockwise preferably, because it will feel more like it's going up, I always feel. So as if it's spiraling upwards with that right wrist. And then we rotate it in the opposite direction, unwinding, softening, and coming back down, slowly, back down to the earth. Right hand on the ground. We're going to do the other side now. So breathing in, the left fingertips are lifting up. So nice and light, this arm. Reaching up, watching it with the eyes, and just taking the chest towards that left hand as well. Breathe. Now we're going to just get even longer by rotating that left wrist clockwise, around and around. It's going higher and higher, lengthening, enjoying that movement. And then we'll rotate it in the opposite direction. It's unwinding and it's coming back down. Unwinding, coming back down to the earth, landing. And we'll just put the weight into the hands, lift the hips up so we're coming into a ragdoll. Knees bent, hang the body forwards. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Feel that lift, that invisible thread lifting you up from the base of the spine. Knees are bent. Body is just hanging forward. You're breathing in and out the whole time, keeping it soft, keeping the knees bent as long as you can, and unraveling, uncurling, coming to standing. Feel yourself brand new and revived, spacious, open to the energy to move through you. Okay, so with that, we're going to come into a couple of balances. Tree balance to begin. So let's start on the right foot. So I'm just going to change things for myself. I always start on the left, so I'm going to start on the right. Just check your toes, spread them out, make sure you're not gripping. Soften that standing knee, the right knee. And you're just going to, the left toe's still on the floor, but we're just getting used to it. Use a wall or a post there. Nice tree there. And you can either place the foot on the ankle, on the calf, or high on the inside thigh. Pressing against that part of the leg and pressing the leg back. So we're almost pressing towards the center line. Rather than pressing the out of line, we're pressing both towards each other. This nice equilibrium, the evenness, the yin and the yang. Checking you're not gripping with the toes, opening the hip. So you're breathing in, lift the arms up. Find a point for your eyes to focus on in front of you, on the ground, or something still anyway. And you're breathing out, bring the hands to the heart center, pressing the palms together in the same way you're pressing the leg and the foot together. Evenly. Lift the chest towards the hands. So we're really engaging the abdominals, pointing the tailbone down. Strong belly, not gripped, but engaged. Lift the back of the neck. Imagine the crown is going towards the ceiling. Yeah, lengthening all the time, breathing, keeping the breath steady. Don't hold the breath. Keeping the eyes steady. Focus on that point of focus. This is such a good mind practice, this balance. But I think particularly the tree, because of the beautiful imagery and what we learn from the trees. Old friends, the trees. Yeah. So we're coming out of the posture now, breathing in, lift the arms up. Stretch up to the heavens, breathing out, slowly lower the arms down. See if we can keep that steadiness whilst moving. Then we're going to finish by lifting the left knee, give it a squeeze, and see if we can let it go and slowly lower it down, nice and steady to the ground. Give our legs a little shake just to reset them, because it's kind of strong standing on one leg. It always feels like I want to shake that leg. Now weight into the left foot. Really plant that foot down. Imagine the roots going down from the sole of that foot. Soften the knee. Find your balance. Find that balance. Find that lovely balance point. Eyes focused somewhere on the ground or on the wall. Start to lift the right foot off the ground. Choose your point. You want to place the foot not on the knee. That's the only place we're not doing that. Pressing firmly with that foot, pressing the thigh back if you're pressing with the thigh, but the leg is going press back. Open that knee out to the side. The knee's coming out to the side, the chest is lifting away. So everything is lifting away from the center again. Breathing in, extend the arms up. Breathing out, bring the hands down, back to the heart center. Notice if you're gripping with your toes. If you're gripping, lift the toes up and place them down. I dare you. Lift the chest, lift and open, shoulders back. Back of the neck is long. You feel everything start to engage when you really think about lengthening through the body, as if it's lengthening in both directions. The sole of the foot's going down to the ground, the crown is going up to the skies. This image that we are capturing of tree, tall and steady, stable, but living, alive, fluid, moving with the breathe with our breath. Pressing the palms together, feeling that connection between the palms of the hands and the abdominals. They are connected. Good. Use the inhale to extend the arms up. Breathing out slowly, breathing out through the nostrils. Lower the arms down slowly. And then finally, if you're still there, lifting the knee, or just lifting it anyway, if you'll come off balance, doesn't matter. Lift the knee up, give it a squeeze, and slowly lower that leg down. You're going to feel that in the left leg there. Give a left leg and the right leg. Give them both a good shake. Even that out a little bit. Okay. Something I just feel like adding in today. It wasn't in my program, but I just feel like releasing some of that energy. So we're going to come into a goddess. Feet nice and wide apart, and out at a right, not a right angle, out at a slight angle, maybe about 45. But you can just check your personal angle by bending the knees and adjusting the feet or the toes so they're in the same direction as your knees will naturally go out, well, as wide as your knees will go out. So we're also not sitting back, pointing the bottom back. We're trying to keep the bottom underneath the chest, so keeping our back upright in effect. Bring the hands together, so we're just going to get used to this movement, keeping the tummy tucked in, keeping the chest elevated, keeping that tailbone pointing down to the ground, keeping the back of the neck really long, chin slightly tucked in. So we're really lengthened through the spine and just enjoying this kind of movement up and down, breathing in, come up, breathing out, sink down. How low can you go here? Breathing in and breathing out. Enjoy the movement, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so now we're going to add the goddess part. So as you breathe in, you lift the arms up, look up to where the hands are going, and as you breathe out, arms are coming out into this strong cactus goddess arms, fingers strong, knees bent, and the tongue out the mouth, eyes really wide, so it looks like this. Good. That should burn up some energy there. Breathing in. I think we'll do a couple more of these, so just take a moment to gather yourself, gather your energies, gather your fire. I think the eyes can go wider and you can make a bigger sound, roaring. And I think we should do one for luck. Extras. Okay, get ready. Breathe in. Good. Okay. Bring the legs together, give them a good shake. So let us come into a half sun salute. Just to move with this energy now we've kind of conjured up, hopefully, or released and allowed to move. So we're going to move with that now. Feet hips apart. Parallel feet. Check the feet are nice and open. Weight is even between the feet. You've got a good posture, so thinking about lifting the chest, strong belly, pointing the tailbone down. You feel the thighs engaged there as well. Bring the hands to the heart center, lengthen the back of the neck. Everything standing tall, feet pressing into the ground without gripping. So the half sun salute. First of all, dropping the hands down, breathing in, lifting the arms up. They come together above the head, look up. So we're reaching up, and now as you turn the hands are coming back down, the bend the knees, the chest is coming forward, the bottom's going back, and the fingertips come to the ground, all breathing out. As you breathe in, the hands come just below the knees, you press against those shins and look forwards, chest open, shoulders back, keeping that position with the body, straight legs, breathing out, forward bend, looking at the big toes there. Now bend the knees a lot more, lift the eyes and breathe in, lift up. Hands come above the head, looking up, breathing out, arms coming down to the sides. Nice. And again we start breathing in, all the way up with the hands, breathing out, knees are bent, chest is coming forward, face is coming forward, fingers touch the ground. Breathing in, hands on the shins, breathing in, look forward, straight arms, back and legs. Breathing out, forward bend with straight legs. Look at the toes, not your knees. Bend the knees a lot. Use the inhale to lift up, lift the eyes, lift the chest, lift the hands. Breathing out, arms coming down. Breathing in all the way up. Look up, breathing out, chest coming forwards, fingertips touch the ground. Breathing in, lengthen the spine, back, legs. Chest is coming forward, look forwards, breathing out, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot, breathing in, push up through the legs, powerful legs, reach up, and breathing out, arms come down. Let's do one more of these, breathing in all the way up, breathing out, arms coming down, fingers coming to the ground, knees are bending, look at the ground, breathing in, look forwards, chest going forward, shoulders back, straight arms, back and legs, breathing out, forward bend. I'm going to stay in this forward bend now. So if you need to bend the knees to make, whatever you need to do to make contact with the ground, whether that's bending the knees slightly, whether that's putting blocks or cushions on the ground, but make contact, even if it's fingertips, you want to make contact. Also, rather than looking at the knees, that's not the forward bend I'm doing. We're really thinking about lengthening through the spine. So think about your eyes are looking at these big toes, but also imagine your chest, your sternum wants to come down to the big toes. So that's working towards the space between the big toes. And in the other direction, the tail is reaching up to the ceiling. So think about this line of energy extending. And it really changes this posture, makes it much more interesting and engaging, rather than thinking about getting to some achieved, thinking about some achievement or some goal. This is much more interesting, engaging with the spine, also engaging with the hamstrings as well. Feel your feet on the ground, not gripping. Breathe deeply. Allow your body to expand. Feel that connection with your body, connection with your breath. Good. Now we're going to come up on the fingertips. We're going to come out of that posture. Release the hamstrings a little bit by bending the knees. Now we'll put the weight onto the left foot. We're going to come into a lunge. So you want to put more weight onto the left hand as well. And so you can get that right foot back in a big, big step. It's a big, big step. It's right to the back of the mat. So you've got space for this lunge. Otherwise, you're going to be cramped up, and that's no good. So you've got to get that nice upright shin of the left leg, hands either side of the foot to keep yourself steady. You can even rest your body down on the left thigh. Push that right heel back. If you're finding that's too strong for the groin or the leg, you can just let the knee come down to the ground. But give it a little bit of a try. Pushing that right heel back. Breathe, 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 breathe. The groin is coming down to the ground, but you're supporting yourself by keeping the hands really open on the ground. Now bring that right knee down. If that feels at all painful, then just put a blanket underneath it or pad up, roll the mat up a few times. So we're coming into a high kneeling position. Widen the stance if you need to find more balance. Breathing in, lift the arms up, bring the hands together above the head. Breathe in. As you breathe out, the groin is going to go forward, the hips are going to go forward, but the arms are going to go back. So we're making this lovely crescent moon shape. See that shape between the fingers and the toe? Lovely arc. And so it also means that your knee isn't going too far forwards. Whereas if our arms are here, we'd be going a bit too far forwards. And we're getting a much more of a lovely open spine, also this lovely back bend. Now bring the hands down on either side. And we're just going to see if we can lengthen this front leg. So taking the hands either side of that foot and start to lengthen, sit back a little bit, start to bend that right knee. So we're starting to straighten. I like to think of lengthening this front leg. You might feel that on the front of that left foot. I'm certainly feeling it there. But we're just taking almost like as if we're letting that weight to the body sit back here. As much as you feel is okay. We'll try and keep that left foot connected with the ground. Let the body just rest down a little bit onto that leg. Now we're going to come back up. And we're going to put the weight on the hands. Tuck that right toe under. Lift the right knee off the ground. Send that left foot back into a plank now we are. So the chest is above the hands, not the face. That's a different position. Strong legs. Again, if you need to, put the knees on the ground. You can always have a little break there. Strong back, strong belly, open chest, soft elbows slightly. And really feel the hands are in touch with the ground. See if we can take another breath there. And when you feel ready, we're going to lower down to the ground, either using the strength in the arms, or you can bring your knees down first. However you can manage right now. And then rest for a moment. We'll do the other side in a second. We're just going to take a little break So you can either rest on the side of the head, the arms are back behind you, or you can rest your head and the back of your hands there, if that feels better for you. Some people don't like this twist in the neck, isn't always on the ground, isn't always the most comfortable. And breathe, and feeling the front of the body engaged with the earth. Feel the breath and the body expanding as you breathe in, pressing against the ground in different areas, the chest, the belly. Breathe out, feel it, feel the movement. Good. So this is a great opportunity for a back bend. So we're going to bring the legs together, bring the forehead onto the ground, arms alongside and the back of the hands there. As you breathe in, you're going to lift the nose, chin, chest, then the arms, then the legs, getting as much of the body off the ground. Try to make sure the legs aren't spreading too wide. Want to keep that quite close. Open the chest. Smile if you can. Let's see if we can find the joy in this flying. Yeah, we're flying. You can imagine we're flying through the air on our magic carpet, our magic yoga mat. One more breath in and release slowly down to the ground. Rest on the left, the other side of the head, whichever you weren't on, or back onto your hands, back of the hands, the forehead. Breathe. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Let it go for a second. Let's try another one of these. So come back onto the forehead, slightly different position. Bring the legs together, back to the arms on the ground. Use the inhale to lift your head off the ground. Look forwards, lift the chin off the ground. Lift the arms off the ground and going back with the fingers. Lift the legs off the ground. As much of the body off the ground. Now we're going to bring the arms forwards, swimming forwards with the arms. And we're going to go into this kind of torpedo or Superman type shape. And if that doesn't make you smile, I don't know what will. So extending forwards, lifting the limbs, and then sweeping the arms back on the out breath. Breathing in one more lift and lowering down on the out breath. Now just take the hands forward so they're more or less either side of the face. Push into the hands, walk the hands back, sit back into the heels, bring the forehead to the ground. We're coming into the pose of the swan or extended child. Enjoy that lengthening the back. If you want to get more of that, you can make these little tent hands or claws just to really release in the shoulders even more. And then breathing out, relax and just release down. Good. So we're going to come to the other side now via downward dog. So making sure the arms are extended in front, spread the fingers wide, come up onto all fours, tuck the toes under, breathing in, lift the knees off the ground, push back through the hands, lifting the tail, lengthen through the body, look back towards your feet, soften the space between the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, slightly soft elbows, spread the fingers wide. Let's have a little bit of a walk of the dog here, bending one knee and pushing the opposite down. So you might bend the right knee, push the left heel down, bend the left knee, push the right heel down. So we're keeping the tummy tucked in and breathing into the chest in downward dog. Okay, so we're coming to a stillness. And now we're going to bring the weight onto that left hand and left foot, but we're going to send that right foot forward, so in a big lunge. So there's not much weight in this right hand. Take that forward. So we're doing the other side now, this lunge. Letting the body rest down on the thigh here. One hand either side, pushing that left heel back to strengthen that left leg. And imagine the groin is coming down towards the ground, so getting a good bit of openness in this area. Good. Breathe. Now lower that left knee down. Flatten the foot. Make it a bit wider if you need to. If you're finding that bit unbalanced. Padding up the knee if you need to as well. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Palms meet each other above the head. And they're starting to go back already. Breathe in. Reaching up, breathing out. Hips are going forwards and the hands are going back. Opening the chest, lifting the chest. We're extending the spine as well as bending. We're trying to keep a lovely even bend through the spine. Opening the chest. Good. Breathe. One more breath in, and then breathing out, bring the hands either side of that right foot, tuck the left toe under. This time we're going to just lift the knee off the ground, and we're just going to step forward with the left foot. Bend the knees, let the body hang one more time in the ragdoll, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in again, and breathing out through the mouth. Good. And we're just going to sit down at the bottom, come back down to the ground, bring the legs in front of us, bounce the knees up and down. Okay. So I'm just going to come into cross-legged position. I'm just going to do a little bit of a gratitude practice. Normally I do this standing, but I just thought it would be different, something nice to do sitting down. You might want to sit on a cushion here if you want to. If you're finding it difficult to sit upright or have a nice upright spine without sitting on a cushion, or you might find that your hips need a bit of support by, if your knees are very high, then placing some cushions underneath your knees. Whatever feels good for you. Lift the chest, lengthen. Bring the hands to the heart center. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just looking down to the ground, letting the points of the fingers point to the ground. And as you breathe in, we're going to open the hands up. The thumbs come out to the side, and we're going to reach out to the sides, reach up, look up at the hands, and we're bringing the hands back to the heart center. So similar to our beginning movement. Dropping, watching the fingers all the time, breathing in, lifting the arms up. It's all in breath, in breath, in breath. The hands meet above the head. You're looking and watching as they meet. And as you're breathing out, you're watching the hands coming back to the heart center. So we're just drawing these beautiful loops, breathing in. And this is just keeping our focus, soft focus, feeling our sense of presence, feeling our breath. And our breath is always present. Breathing out as the hands point down, breathing in. End of the in-breath, the hands just meet. Beautiful, meeting their connection. And as you breathe out, the hands are coming back down. And let's put the gratitude part in, or, you know, knowing what really brings us joy, and noticing, what is it do I feel grateful for today? What is it that's bringing me joy? What do I notice that makes me smile? Good. So each time, just bring to mind anything that is doing that for you in this moment, right now, here and now. The breath, the body, the connection between the breath and the body, the connection between us practicing here together in this moment. Anything that comes into your mind, into your heart space. One more time, reaching up and bringing the hands back down to the heart, letting them just land there, and just connecting the thumbs to the heart center, bringing the heart towards the thumbs there, so you have that physical connection there. And close the eyes for a moment, just feeling into that heart space behind the hands pressing together lightly, that connection, that evenness between the polarities, between the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, masculine and feminine, all the different opposites. Good. We're coming into this oneness with ourselves. And when we find that in ourselves to some degree, we'll find that with everything and everyone else. And just breathe very softly with that, with your eyes closed, keeping the focus inwards, and just asking yourself again, what makes me feel joy? What is it? Where and how can I feel it, experience it right now? And if you do feel that, just give yourself a smile. So you're acknowledging that with your physical body, with a smile. And just let the hands drop softly. Just notice the legs in front of you. I'm going to have a little moment of relaxation on the ground. So just stretch the legs out in front of you, bounce the knees again. Stretch the fingers towards the toes, and we're going to just slowly lower the body down. We do this slowly and make a bit of effort with the abdominals just so we can enjoy the feeling of release when the body reaches the ground finally. All the time breathing in and out through the nostrils, slowly lowering down. And when you're down, when the back reaches the ground, the head reaches the ground, let the arms just flop out to the side. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. Sigh fully out through the mouth. Enjoy. Yeah, good that feels. Let's just hug the knees just to finish physical aspect, and just to free up that lower back. Give yourself a little treat, a little massage, connecting that lower back with the ground, rocking side to side, maybe making a circle on the ground, holding the knees, whatever feels good there, going in one direction, going back in the other direction, just feeling your connection to the ground, the body, the earthly quality of the physical body, the physical ground, feeling that connection. And place the soles of the feet on the ground, slide the legs away, let the arms flop out to the side, lying in Shavasana, space between the heels, the corpse posture, tuck the chin in slightly. If you want to cover yourself with something, you maybe want to do that or put socks on. We're only going to lie for a couple of minutes, but just to acknowledge that state. So closing the eyes, get yourself very comfortable. And if you have managed to connect with any joy today, coming into this present moment, just allow yourself to be in joy right now. Feel your body, feel your feelings. Breathing in and out through the nostrils softly. Just let the body soften into the ground. Feel the body is warm and comfortable, safe and secure. And the breath is just coming in and out through the nostrils, easy and flowing. Nothing to do here, nothing to think about. When thoughts come, let them go. Just let them come and go with ease, without any effort, without trying to push them away. Just let them come and go. I'll just keep doing that. And we can bring our attention to ourselves in this moment together. Breath coming in, breath going out. Breath is taking care of itself. Easy. Just bringing to mind our theme, the joy. Just seeing if there is any joy or pleasure going on in your body, in your breath. The spaciousness you've created. The care and love you have for yourself for coming to the practice. Just noticing all these things. So we come to the end of our practice today. So take your time from this corpse position, this corpse position, just to slowly move your body, come back to the day, feeling different now from an hour ago, just acknowledging that in yourself. Start to move your body, give yourself a full stretch or hug your knees, do whatever feels good for you. Start to move and breathe, come up to seated, maybe just rub the legs a little bit, rub the body a little bit. It always feels a good thing to do. Looking at your body, acknowledging it, maybe accepting, loving this body, this life as it is right now. And then let's rub the palms together, make a bit of fire and heat between the palms of the hands. Yeah. Focusing the energy into the palms. And then we bring those palms of the hands to the heart center, one on top of the other, close the eyes, and we finish our practice with our Sankalpa. our intention. So maybe you have a brand new intention today, maybe something you're working on. And this is a positively framed sentence, something you want to encourage and grow in your life. And I'll let you into a secret. My current Sankalpa is I am happy. So it goes very well with our subject, our theme today, our focus. So say that to yourself, whatever your Sankalpa is. Say it to yourself. Feel it in your heart. Give it warmth and energy and your attention. And even your smile. Good. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you for being here today. Good practice, everybody.